Welcome to the twisted game of light Yagami, where apples and notebooks become instruments of a god complex. This isn't just anime, folks, it's a masterclass in manipulation, a dark reflection of the 48 laws of power. Light Yagami, the brilliant student turned Kira, may be fictional, but his methods are strikingly real. We'll dissect his every move, revealing how he weaponized these infamous laws to carve his own twisted utopia. But be warned, this journey down the rabbit hole gets murky. Are you ready to face the consequences of absolute power? Before Kira's reign of terror, Light was just another bored genius hiding a god complex behind a perfect GPA. But beneath that veneer, he was playing a game of chess, mastering the 48 laws of power like a prodigy. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Remember that Apple Light offered L, an innocent gesture on the surface, but beneath it, a calculated move to mask his true agenda. Every smile, every helpful act, was a brushstroke in his masterpiece of deception. Law 1. Never outshine the master. L, the eccentric detective, was Light's ultimate challenge. Initially, Light played the dutiful student, feeding into L's ego, all while gathering intel and crafting his escape route. He knew the spotlight could be a cage, so he stayed in the shadows, sharpening his claws for the perfect strike. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Light understood the power of silence. His words were measured, cryptic, always leaving L yearning for more. With every ambiguous answer, he sowed seeds of doubt, fueling the detective's paranoia and keeping his own secrets safe. Law 14. Pose as a friend. Work as a spy. Friends. More like pawns in Light's grand scheme. Misa, with her blind devotion, became his eyes and ears, infiltrating Lee's HQ. Sayu, unaware of the game, stumbled upon crucial information, unwittingly feeding it to her brother. Light wasn't just playing chess, he was playing everyone around him like a fiddle. Light wasn't content with playing in the shadows forever. Once he grasped the 48 laws, he unleashed his full force, his reign of terror blossoming like a venomous rose. Law 18. Do not build fortresses to protect yourself. L, with his self-imposed isolation, played right into Light's hands. Every eccentric habit, every bizarre outburst, fueled distrust and suspicion. Light weaved himself into the fabric of L's team, not as a suspect, but as a confidant, exploiting the detective's vulnerability with meticulous precision. Law 26. Play on people's needs to believe to create a cohesive group. Fear of Kira was a potent weapon. Light, the puppet master, orchestrated crimes, feeding the news cycle with terror, then stepped in as Kira, offering a twisted form of salvation. His followers, desperate for order, saw him as a messiah, their blind faith his most formidable shield. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Ray Penber, L's right hand, posed a threat, a glaring inconsistency in Light's facade. With a flick of the wrist, a calculated manipulation, Light orchestrated his demise, sending a chilling message. No one was safe, not even L's closest allies. Law 8. Win without war. Light was a virtuoso of indirect warfare. He never dirtied his own hands, instead whispering suggestions, planting seeds of doubt, using others as his pawns in a complex chess game. L, constantly chasing shadows, fell deeper into Light's labyrinth, unaware of the puppeteer pulling the strings from behind the curtain. Even the sharpest blade eventually dulls. Light, intoxicated by his own brilliance, began to stumble, his carefully constructed world teetering on the brink. The 48 laws, once weapons of victory, morphed into instruments of his own demise. Law 20. Play to your strengths. Light, the chess prodigy, underestimated his opponents. Near and Mellow, though young, were cunning hunters, sniffing out the faintest scent of his hubris. His over-reliance on intellect, his belief in his own untouchability, became his Achilles' heel. Law 11. Make people want to come to you. Power can be a lonely throne. Light, consumed by his god complex, pushed away those who could have been allies. Near and Mellow, once potential pawns, were driven by personal vendettas fueled by Light's arrogance. He built a tower of power, but forgot to build bridges. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Words, once Light's most potent weapon, became his undoing. His constant verbal jousting with L's successors, a desperate display of control, exposed his cracks. Near and mellow, silent hunters observed, analyzed, and waited, ready to strike when Light's facade finally shattered. Law 10. Avoid the spotlight. Kira, once a whisper in the dark, craved the limelight. Public pronouncements, theatrical displays of power, attracted scrutiny. Near and mellow, lurking in the shadows, pieced together the puzzle from these very broadcasts. Light's desire for adoration became his beacon, guiding his enemies straight to his doorstep. Light Yagami, the chess prodigy turned god complex, walked a tightrope woven from the 48 laws of power. He ascended to dizzying heights, wielding manipulation and intellect like a magician's wand. But his hubris, his thirst for control, became his shackles, dragging him down into the very darkness he sought to eradicate. The 48 laws, seductive in their potential for power, are a dangerous game. In real life, their allure can tempt us to play puppeteer, to exploit and deceive. But remember, manipulation, like a poisoned apple, festers at the core, leaving a bitter taste of regret. Final question: is power worth the price of your soul? Can manipulation ever be justified, or are we merely playing gods at the expense of our humanity? These are questions only you can answer. With that said, thanks for watching. And until next time, remember, the pen may be mightier than the sword, but the 48 laws of power are a double-edged blade. Handle them with care, or risk getting cut yourself.